Hey everybody! So, this is posted super late, but I figured I would do a halfway flip through of my Hobonichi, because knowing me, I'm not going to post a full flip through probably until like mid-January. And that's being generous because it's definitely November right now. But I had some extra free time today and I didn't really want to film a flip through until I was done, but I thought it might be helpful to anyone who's starting out to kind of see halfway through where I'm at. So first of all, I use a Hobonichi Techo Cousin, but I also use the Avec. I purchased my Avec in April. So it didn't start until July, which gave me a good amount of time to prep. Obviously, if you are on my channel, you might know that I was a happy planner before this. So planning is definitely something that I'm passionate about. But I was really excited to go to Hobonichi. A friend of mine had one and I asked her how she was enjoying it, what she liked, what she disliked, which made it a lot easier for me to make the choice. That being said, so reason I made the switch, first and foremost, I love to plan, but I'm also a mixed media kind of crafter, paper crafter, project lifer, smash booker. So the thought of being able to combine two of my favorite things, which are planning and paper crafting, sounded really cool. And being able to also do mixed media because of the Tombow River paper, it was a pretty easy sell. So I thought, what's the harm? Let me do an Avec. Let me try it for a couple months and see what I think of it, and then I'll make the choice. It was almost a resounding, passionate, absolutely yes, as soon as I got probably about 2 months in. I would love to say it was more immediate than that, because truly it was. Everything about it just was perfect for me. So that's kind of my happy rant on switching to Hobonichi. I will be doing Hobonichi Techo Cousin Avec editions for 2019. They're already ordered. They're already here. I'm probably going to try to get a video up of them today as well, or at least completed today, only because I have the extra time to do it. And I want to start prepping them maybe a little, if possible. So let's get to the good stuff, what you're here for, which is the flip through. So my little guy is finally starting to get a little poofy. Most of the flip through of what you're going to see is not really poofy. And I'll kind of talk about that as I go. Quick disclaimers. If you are a younger audience watching this, ask your parents if it's okay to watch this. I don't have the prettiest filter on my mouth or in my journaling, so there's definitely some grown-up words going on in here. Also, just respect my privacy. Sure, enjoy it, watch the video, but let's not read my entries. I just hope that you're not that invasive. There's going to be a lot of too much information crap in there that you just might not want to know. So just respect my privacy in that. But I hope you get some great ideas. I hope that you feel inspired. I hope that it helps you make a choice whether to go Hobonichi or not, no matter if it's good or bad. And thank you for watching, and feel free to subscribe, like, comment. I'm happy to answer any questions that I don't. So yeah, here we go. So Hobonichi Techo has your nice lovely calendar in the front. So you have the year that you're on. It'll give you all 12 months. It'll give you last year, this, and the coming year as well, in case you didn't know. This is the tracker page. Like I said, it's November, so that's why you see it all the way through to here. So things that I really liked about people's tracker pages, I saw this design done by someone and thought it was so neat. And it looks super pretty. So I'm really glad that I chose that. Basic things that I chose to track were my steps, my power hours, water, working out, vitamins, medicine, calories, journaling, no spend. I tracked social media for a while. I tracked waist training stuff and no takeout. And in this month I tracked nothing. I'm getting really bad about tracking. I feel like everybody kind of gets that way towards the holiday season because it's just easier not to do that. And things are usually chaotic. There's a lot going on. So I get it. So since we're like almost done with the month, I went ahead and put washi down a couple days ago and said, let's try this again. I was doing little kind of summaries at the end of every month, talking about things I maybe did well, things I didn't do so well. I liked that concept. Like I said, I really dropped off down here towards the end, and I just really was not doing well at all that month. These are from the Happy Planner mini sticker books, and this washi is a Heidi Swap washi tape. It's one of her recent collections, actually, and you can find it at Joann's. Fun facts that I learned through this little guy is I love the tracker page. It kind of pulls it away from being on your page every day, which I kind of hate, but I love being able to see everything kind of in a really fun pattern. So that's been super fun. I'm really plotting a lot of no spends next year, especially in the realm of crafts, because it has occurred to me how much crap I have. Good and bad. But it's definitely something I'm already kind of thinking about going into that mode. So they give you 2 tracker pages. This is really great to start tracking dates that are coming up those next 6 months. So they help you kind of prep into next year. So I covered it with some washi tape that I had from Hobby Lobby, then used Diane Reveley's sticker book to do the months and started just plugging stuff in, which has worked out pretty well for me. There's things that no longer apply, things that do. So yeah, that's been kind of what I've been using that for. So this is awesome. This was where I really knew that I was going to fall in love with Hobonichi, because of the fact that I had never really thought about condensing my day down to just like a quick blurb. Let me push that little guy up. I never thought that I could kind of condense my words down into 1 or 2 sentences and squish it into that block. So I test drove it because I was still in my Happy Planner, and this didn't start until July. So you got kind of like an extra bonus month, which was cool. So I got the chance to use up some stickers and document some stuff, which was great. Just kind of played around with it a little bit. So that was really fun. These stickers are all from Happy Planner, and these guys are from a sticker book from Agenda 52. That is with Hobby Lobby. That is a Tim Holtz bunny stamp, because I am a bunny mom. So this was the first month that I had all pages, essentially. I was going to have a daily page, I was going to have weeks, and I was going to have a month. So I thought it'd be really cool to use this as a fitness tracker calendar. It actually worked really well. I stayed really strong with it up until like kind of in this area. Like I might have moved like one day with another, but it got really bad towards the end. That's something that I'm personally working on, is becoming more consistent with workouts. So this method ended up working really great for me. I'll show you what happens if I don't pre-write it out, because it was a mess. I used this area to track bills, what needed to come out on which paychecks. I've always kind of done that, kept like a list monthly, because sometimes I pre-plan about 6 months in advance, if I can, or even 4 months, just to be clear in my head about, you know, maybe when a payment is going to drop off, or when I can save more or throw more money at it, when I could do trips, all that good stuff. So yeah, I used my old lighters. That is a Happy Planner sticker. Other than that, it's just my awesome pen, which, just so you guys know, I use a Pilot G2.38. You can pick them up at Target. You can order them off Office Depot. I think you can even get them in Office Depot. Pretty easy to pick up, and I love them because they're super fine point. I'm not the biggest fan of the other G2 points, actually. I kind of did the same thing, just no stickers, in August. This is what happened in September when I decided not to write anything down. This is why I make a calendar workout calendar. It's just sad and lazy. This is why I make a workout calendar. Sorry, I kind of flubbed that. It was bad. I pretty much didn't work out, but maybe like twice the entire month. So yeah. So I'm going to stop at September because that would technically be halfway. And then that way you guys will have something fun to look at whenever I do October through December. I think that's right. That's halfway. 6 months. June, July, August. Oh, August would have been the cutoff. Sorry. So you guys got a bonus. But you got to see what I was talking about where I royally messed that up. Okay. So, like I said, what I really loved about going into Hobonichi was the Tombow River paper, which meant that I could watercolor. I'm a huge fan of the Jane Davenport watercolors. I have these two sets as of right now. I'm probably going to order her Glitz set for sure. Just because it has some really pretty greens in it. But I love her watercolors. They're super pigmented. They hold really well. You can craft on top of them really well. You can add to them. Hands down, best watercolors I've used. So I will continue to support her and plug her until I can no longer do that. All of the stickers that you see were from an Agenda 52 book that I had. I was a little balls to the wall with this whole thing. I was trying to do weather at the top. I was trying to do task lists, before work or major things. I was trying to track water and calories and steps, and it was a lot going on in this particular little layout. I really would like to go back to the weather thing. I think that's going to be really cool to look back on. I kind of chart it every once in a while, maybe on a particular daily page, but I don't do it daily as of now. So I watercolored this one again. Another thing that I want to point out is, and I said it earlier in this video, that I want to be able to shoot my 2019 book so I can start prepping it. So I don't know how much prep work I'm going to do this time around. I really did a lot for this book. I went through the whole book, I think at least twice. Watercoloring, laying washi down, stamping, just to kind of prompt me every day until I got the hang of it. I didn't know how difficult it was going to be or how easy it was going to be to journal daily. I didn't know if I was going to need a little boost or kickstart every day. I've gotten to the point now where I really enjoy it. I'm actually even taking part in a boho berry challenge right now, and it's actually more challenging to participate in that daily because I don't always love taking up space to journal about it. So I've done inserts and stuff to compensate, and I'll show you guys that when you see the January video. But yeah, in the beginning, it was definitely really helpful to have the prompts. I'll give myself that because you kind of don't know where to start in the beginning. Okay, so getting down to it. So this is Jane Davenport washi tape. This is a Studio L2E stamp. The stickers right here are Agenda 52. This is Happy Planner, and that is, I believe, Heidi Swap. So there's that. Super simple. I was doing weekly tasks here, daily tasks. Pretty straightforward. I watercolored this one. That is an Agenda 52. That is Happy Planner. That is Jane Davenport. I love her washi too. It's very me. It's all magical and mythical and fun, and I really like that about just her stuff in general. I did a little bit of the weather stuff up there. And I only use mild lighters in here. There's no other brand of highlighter that I use anymore. I'm addicted to it. It's a problem. Tim Holtz, and Jane Davenport washi. So this is a mess, ladies and gentlemen. I did Jane Davenport watercolors, and I was obsessed with them. And I thought, oh my God, it'd be so pretty to do a little something extra. And I got a little too extra. This stencil is a Tim Holtz stencil. I used the Diane Revley Dilutions paints that quick dry like ridiculously fast. Which the paints are great. I'm still learning to play with them. I think I've done one more page with her paints, but maybe that'll be something to focus on through the end of this year and going into next year, is playing with her paints some more. All of those stickers are from Agenda 52. These are Happy Planner stickers. That is from Agenda 52, and these washies are from Hobby Lobby. Agenda 52 can be purchased at Hobby Lobby. Fun fact, if you don't know about that brand, they have a lot of cute stuff. I like it because their books tend to be more collection based. So it's kind of like the perk of getting, I guess like a color storybook from Happy Planner, or like when they did the Happy Girl and everything was kind of the same color story. I really liked that. So that's all I have to say on that. This is the Dilutions purple paint with a Tim Holtz stencil. This is Jane Davenport washi and Happy Planner Glam Girl sticker packs. This is some Heidi Swapp washi. These are Happy Planner. So is that, and that little guy. The Hello Sunshine is actually a washi from Heidi Swapp as well. So all the washi on this page was really pretty Heidi Swapp stuff and just girly, and I loved it. These are all stickers from the fitness pack. I believe it's even the mini fitness pack. Yes, it's the mini fitness pack. I was just trying to get through some of them and burn them through. That just kind of takes me back to really getting through my supplies. In 2019, I have a lot of craft stuff and I'm really proud of that, but it's gotten out of hand. Like, I need to stop. It'd be okay if I wanted to complete some parts of some collections. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to make a clean exit out of next year without buying anything, but it might be like alpha stickers. If anything, it's not something I have a lot of. Just for that little bit of a pop, but I could definitely stand to do a no spend on washi and stickers and paper and all of that stuff. I've got a lot and I'd like to spend the year organizing it and using it. Same thing down here with the mini fitness sticker packs. These tapes are from Heidi Swapp. This is a Happy Planner sticker. These are all Heidi Swapp. Actually, I lied. These are Heidi Swapp. That is a Hobby Lobby one. It comes in a big tube. It was part of like this really cute floral set. Okay, so this page has no embellishments, so we're just going to skip right to the hot mess that this was. This was awful. This is awful. These are the Dilutions sprays. That was when I learned that they were going to bleed that bad. I did not realize that. That being said, truly, I had no idea how much I was going to learn about my mixed media supplies until I had this. And that's been the fun part too, is you're going to mess up. You're going to make pages you hate. It looks like the Dilution stuff has caused me the most trouble, but I love Diane Revley's stuff. It's not going to deter me at all from using her stuff. If anything, it makes me want to try it on different things and keep messing stuff up or finding the perfect blend. So I definitely encourage you to be patient. There's a lot of pressure to have really pretty books. So I definitely encourage people to mess it up and be okay with messy pages. Taylor Ann, who is Little Crafty Witch, I will encourage you to follow her. I keep a traveler's journal with her, which I need to try to film a flip through of today as well. But no, I adore her completely, and she's always talking about how important it is to understand that you're going to mess stuff up, and that's okay. It has also occurred to me that I have passed the halfway point in my excitement, so we're going to flip forward, and I'm going to stop going through weekly pages and driving you crazy. So before the weekly pages, or not weekly, before the daily pages start, you do have a blank turning the page section. I haven't done anything with it. I don't know that I will. We'll see what happens. I've got about a month and a half left or less, so who knows. And then you get kind of an extra grid pad. This is where I learned, make sure you put something behind your paper when you stamp. And keep in mind that these pages do not work well with anything alcohol related. So we're going to get to a page where you're going to see where I tried out Copic markers, and they bled through, and it was not nice. But fun fact on that. So daily trips started, or the daily pages, sorry, I saw road trip and said trip. The daily pages started when I was driving back from Florida. I had gone to meet someone that I had not met, that we were good social media friends, and decided to meet, and it was the coolest thing I've ever done. Yes, there's that moment where you really do worry that, you know, you're meeting somebody off Craigslist crazy, but it wasn't. I had known her for a while, and I was 100% sure she was a real person. 100%. There was a lot of confirmation in that. And it was a really good trip. I wouldn't take it back for a thing in the world. It was a grand and glorious adventure, and yeah, wouldn't take it back. This is again where I was talking about I kind of pre-did a lot of things. I don't think I went back and colored this for a long time. Like if it was the 4th of July, I knew I needed to put like a flag stamp on it. It was things like that that I kind of did ahead of time. This is Tim Holtz. Don't ask me what color, but it's the Tim Holtz Distress ink, stamp ink. I just kind of wet a sponge and pushed it into the sponge and then inked it up. Kind of doodled some stuff, used my mild lighters, stamped and colored. These are the Stadler, I don't know how you pronounce them, the super fine point markers that you can use, or pens. The brush marker or the brush lettering that I use is actually a Prismacolor brush set, or brush marker set. This is where I was talking about, yes, my language is not really great in this. Cute stamp. I love this little guy. I actually watercolored most of him. This is me playing with those markers again. Cute Tim Holtz stamp. More Tim Holtz stamps. I put my little, I got a new tea, so it was a vanilla bean macaron tea. So I put that in there, and I ran out of space, so I put it on a Post-it. That's not really covering anything. Tim Holtz stamps. I love the little steps. Those turned out great. This was me trying to be really fancy with some mild lighters, and it looked ugly, so then I thought I'd put the little flowers, and that just made it look worse. These were a really pretty uniball uniball pen set, where it kind of was backlit by black. It was almost like purple but with drops of black in it, or blue with drops of black in it, the brown, so it made everything darker, which was really cool and pretty. So that was great. This is a Pilot G2 pen. I think it was 0.5. The Prismacolor brush markers, that I have are a really fine point, obviously, but they came in a bunch of colors. It's a big packet, so I enjoyed being able to play with those colors for a minute. This is a Tim Holtz stamp. I thought about switching up the colors a little bit. This is my .38 pen, my Pilot .38 pen in blue. I don't remember. I think this is the Faber-Castell calligraphy marker in brown that I found. These are some Graphic 45 stamps. This is some Jane Davenport washi tape covering up me misspelling spaghetti, I think. This is one of my favorite pages that I did because it's the Tim Holtz Distress ink, but it's those pretty metallics. So it was really cool across the pages to be able to look at. The Tim Holtz Distress inks do dry a little bit faster and they don't have a tendency to stick quite like Heidi Shine does. I'm going to get to a page where I'm going to show you it was a mess, and I will even say that the Distress ink takes a while. So I would say if you're going to use it, try to do it and let it sit overnight and sit it somewhere where like your cat's not going to get it, your child's not going to get it, no one's going to touch it because, yeah, it's kind of a mess. Cute little stamp. I don't know what brand he is, but it was Gertie's birthday, and that's literally what Gertie looks like, so I had to use it. This is where I tried out the Heidi Shine, and as you can see, like there's little smudges. It just dried weird. It was sticky. I never ended up doing this page. Like how you see I did the birthdays, I didn't like that. That was one thing I actually didn't like from Happy Planner either, was that it was all in front of the month. It wasn't documented daily. I put my birthdays down daily now, for the most part, if I'm gonna really keep up with it. I think everybody that's super close to me is actually done for the year, pretty sure. So no worries, but I definitely didn't like this. How I chose to document on these pages actually turned out really cool, and we'll get to one of those, I think, at least. This is the Delusions spray again. Again, not a fan because it bled through really weird. This is a Jane Davenport face stamp. And this is just like a Tombow brush pen I had. This is mild lighter, and I just kind of traced around it. I really wasn't very adventurous going in to the first, like I really wanted to just journal a lot, and I was really stressed out, and I had a lot of anxiety, and just being able to daily journal was the best thing at the time. Not really making it pretty, not concentrating on prompts or anything like that. I was just really trying to purge it all out and get it all out most of the time. This is the Copic marker nonsense that bled through, and this is the gray. The gray didn't bleed through as bad, surprisingly enough, but I really love how heavy it is compared to like this. This is a cute little Tim Holtz birdie. These are those Stotler pens again. Poor little Tim Holtz birdie. This is the same marker as that. I was just holding it different and it looked ugly. That's probably why I said what a mess. These are really cool Tim Holtz stamps that I had, and this is all Tim Holtz Distress ink. I think it's the tea and the maybe the burlap that I did. I do remember it being two different colors, which I love. This was just a crazy budgeting spread. I hadn't journaled, so I thought it'd be a good waste of space just for me to sit down and kind of brain dump and budget. These are tags from some planting that I did. I hand painted these flowers with the Jane Davenport watercolors, and that's a great little Tim Holtz stamp. I don't know what marker this was, but it bled through and I covered it with washi tape on that side because it was ugly to me anyway. That's a cute Tim Holtz stamp. I got the month wrong. So September 22nd is actually the first day of fall according to the calendar. I believe it's the 21st, both March 21st and September 21st, but whatever. And I ended up putting it on the wrong day altogether, but that's okay. This is another one of those backlit markers. It says, "This is crap." I was starting to try fancy pants lettering. Because that was going to become a huge thing with me, as I really wanted to be able to work on my lettering and get it super cool. So I can't wait to show you guys the back half. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see a lot of stuff I've done too. So I'll make sure to link that down below. I occasionally post daily pictures if they're really good. This is another one of the great, I can't think, planter tags. So a lot of, if it's pasted on there or says it, I think I actually wrote maybe a history or something about it just to take up space because I didn't have a lot to journal about at the time. This is a Tim Holtz stamp. I did a lot of my pre-work with Tim Holtz stamps, to be honest. I really like Tim Holtz, Diane Revley, Jane Davenport, Heidi Swapp, Becky Higgins. Like, I'm pretty generic normal. I love Amy Tangerine. If you don't follow her and watch her Hobonichi stuff, you're missing out. She's got great stuff too. But yeah, those are probably my big go-to brands. Maggie Holmes, I love her. Paige Evans, I think it's Paige Evans, yep. Stuff like that, like definitely all across the board with what I like. This is another great Tim Holtz stamp. These are the gardenias and another Tim Holtz stamp. So this is kind of like what I wanted to be able to do because it does say remember this on the page. So I kind of wanted to use it as my recap of the month versus going into it to kind of post stuff. And I was really not having the best weekend through Labor Day. It was not the happiest. So I really, when I did the page, I wanted to just kind of document some things that had made me really happy recently and just to calm me down. So that's what I threw in there. So I'm remembering that we're stopping at the halfway point, and this will give us September, October, November, December. No, you go through September. Cool. I can't count anymore. It's the new thing. This is where I started getting really festive in here with cursive. I thought I'd make it harder for you guys to read when I was filming, and it looked really pretty. This is one of the planters when it was done being planted. And that's actually my mom's flower. We have a Queen of the Night. We have many of them actually. And they're really cool because they only bloom at night. I've got some time-lapse videos posted on my Instagram as well for those. It's a great Tim Holtz stamp. I'm not really in love with where it is or what it's doing, but hey, you live and you learn. I'm going to cover that. So a couple of quick things. This is a Jane Davenport face stamp. You do the face and then you have to like pick all your other stuff. This is a Tim Holtz stamp. I did all the hair with the brush marker that I had. I got a little overexcited. And then there was a new moon in Virgo. My friend Maddie is phenomenal for so many reasons, but I love her because she'll do card reads for me with medicine cards. They are not tarot cards, but they're medicine cards. And she's kind of my little moon goddess too, so she's taught me to get really interested in that and understand it. And she's also told me many times that I'm very connected to those things, like my personality is in particular, and I'm very grounded through that. So it definitely affects me, and I've learned that very hardcore over the last couple months. So anytime we would do a card read, I went ahead and wrote it down there for a while. This is a pretty Tim Holtz stamp that I did some watercolors over. Went back to the cursive there for a while. Like I said, I didn't decorate every single page. I do not know the brand of that, but I have some great loose stamps from her. I hate that I never watched Wizard of Oz through all the pages that I had Wizard of Oz stamps on. I was rewatching all of the Hunger Games movies, so that just, I like that closing moment that they have, and wrote it down while I was watching it. This is, again, back to just making sure I started putting stuff in there. This is the first, kind of on that day I posted these pictures. It was nice to be able to have something on that day, so I really liked how that turned out. That was the grocery list before the epic breakfast, and that was kind of the end of the day. This is where it starts to get pretty. I did my hair, so I was really excited about that. And I cooked, also really excited about that. I wanted to put a concert pic here, but meh. I got to meet Daughtry for a second time, so apparently lightning can strike twice was a thing. I really just wanted to start. I had watched that's why I wrote the Amy Tangerine thing. I had watched Amy Tangerine videos and Taylor Ann videos, and I just felt re-inspired, and I felt like it was so boring through here, and it was, truthfully, it was really boring. So it was fun to start putting some color and some excitement. Again, I'm very, very pumped to show you guys what started happening kind of in the back half. Just being more creative and starting to use up some supplies. So I'm going to stop it with the pretty October spread, and just showing that off. I was really excited to go into October and really reinvigorate myself with some creativity. There is a little bit of a back to this. They have Japanese stuff, conversion charts, gifts lists, workout stuff, stretching. I love the My 100 list. That's actually not in the new 2019 one, so I'm kind of sad to be losing that. So I'll have to figure out a way to transfer it over. They have favorites. They have graph paper, stuff like that. So there's a couple little things in the back. But overall, I can't say enough good things about Hobonichi. It's allowed me to flip the page daily and start a new page. It's okay. It's taught me what works and what doesn't work. It's giving me a creative outlet, not just to plan from a monthly and weekly, but it's allowing me to brain dump daily. Again, not enough good things. I highly recommend it if you're looking for something new or you don't feel like you found that planner piece. One of my biggest fears was not being able to add into it, which isn't true. I've taped stuff in, I've stapled stuff in, I've made it a great place to memory keep as well as plan. Another thing that I will be excited, that I am really, really excited about, is the fact that you don't feel this need to buy the newest collection of whatever has come out. I spent countless hours running all over town and purchasing new Happy Planner launch stuff and fighting for it, that it was exhausting. I have so much stuff that I will never use, but just wanted to complete the collection. I do have an ARC notebook strictly for work, where I'm using those products up as well so that I can get through those. But this is definitely a really great journal and planner for anybody hunting for one. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope it's not too long. Sorry for any of the inappropriateness you may have seen. But I hope you learned some stuff. I hope you're inspired. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Thank you guys for following. Feel free to comment if you have questions, subscribe, like me, all that jazz, and have a wonderful time with your family today. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.